University. They had a guy here who was pretty famous in his own right, and I wasn't, and Rod Hundley. And I think Mickey had an incredible appreciation for him, and which always was nice for me to see. But I was a lot different from Rod Hundley. I didn't want to be like Rod Hundley. I was much more serious than him, and I wish I could have enjoyed the game the way he did. But that was never going to be me. To me, competing was war. And lose some wars, some skirmishes. You don't always lose a war, but I lost the wars that hurt me most. That was losing as here in 1959 to the University of California, and also losing 8 times the NBA Finals.
Mr. West, Dave McClung, WCLG here in Morgantown. I'd like to ask you if the goal that you saw in this book will be accomplished if it puts a more human face on that statue out front of this building.
Oh yes, absolutely. I think that there's a lot of ways to success, okay? And then I constantly hear, and I'm not going to get political, but I constantly hear people talking about, you know, our children are the leaders of our world. Well, the way we treat them today, to me, doesn't say that. A lot of people are forgotten along the way, and if it weren't for people who were involved in charities, people who love to give, and people who love to pay attention to young kids with problems who are incredibly talented. And in this book, I've become a real deep reader. And when I was going to university, I didn't like to read, but I love to read now. And I think you can learn something every day. And there's a wonderful book Malcolm Gladwell wrote called The Outliers. And it talks about kids there that a lot of different facets in young people's lives which contribute either to them reaching what they want to reach or achieving their goals and not being able to achieve their goals and just becoming an average person. I would hope for every West Virginia kid that they would think big, that they would have goals, and please have a vivid imagination. I think the movie the book The Rocket Boys, October Sky, when I watched that and these kids in these mountains, and had one person encouraging, one person. Everyone thought they were going to blow up everything, burn the forest down. I was a rocket boy for basketball, didn't even know it. And it's just something I loved. I didn't have anyone encouraging me, no one. That was just something I did for, again, I could make myself the greatest person in the world. And when I went home, I didn't feel like the greatest person in the world.
Jerry,
yes.
Vicki Bowman with West Virginia Living Magazine. How has your childhood affected you as a parent, as a father?
Well, you know, I have 2 families. One of them I'm real proud of, Johnny, who just got finished here at West Virginia, loved to play. Got his MBA degree, which I'm really proud of, and frankly, I think he wants to stay here, and his brother wants him to come to California, but there'll be a tug of war when they get out there. But he loved it here, and I think as a father, when I was playing, I don't think I had any idea how to be a father. I had a routine in my life for 18 years of my life, and it started here at West Virginia University. I ate a certain day, a certain time before a game. I took a nap. I had this routine, and if I varied it in any way, shape, or form, I thought I was breaking the cardinal rule. And when I was getting to be in the height of my career, I was good enough to be able to control games. I was. And I knew it. But the only way I could do it would have followed this routine. And I think in a house like that, in the day of the game, I didn't talk to anyone. I had this routine. It never varied. Never varied. And needless to say, you know, I look back on those days, and maybe I didn't know how to be a father because, frankly, I didn't have a father. I regret that. I really do regret that. As an executive, there's a different kind of pressure on you. I was home more for my 2 children, Johnny and Ryan, and they saw a different father. But if somebody expects me to be loving and demonstrative, that's not something I'm real capable of, to be honest with you. I wish I could, but I can't. I hear people say I love you. You know, I hear you know, I love you, I love you. Those words sometimes are pretty foreign to me. I might care about someone a lot. My actions would tell you how much I care about you, not my words.
You mentioned all your failures and the wars you've lost. Can you see yourself as,
I'm sorry?
can you see yourself as great now, considering all the wars you said you lost and the failings you said you've had?
You know, I've never looked at myself as great. I look at myself as someone who just loved to compete. You know, I live my dreams, but I never place myself above anyone. You know, yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. Those are still in my vocabulary, and I'm maybe a little bit too old for that to still be there, but it's been a big part of my life, and it will always be a big part of my life. I don't think I'm better than anyone. You know, people might want to place me on a pedestal, but there's no reason to place me on a pedestal. I just love to compete. I mean, my days at West Virginia, I can't believe running out there in the court. We never lost a game in Ohio here when I played here. Not one game did we lose. And I don't think we'll ever see that here again. And if a person stays 4 years, which most of them don't do today, I don't think we'll ever see that again here.
I think we have time for just one more question.
Mr. West, looking back now at the process of writing this book, any regrets, any stories maybe that you left out, or you would, if you had another chance, put them back in, anything like that?
You know, I'm constantly, because I've read the book so much, I'm constantly looking at things that maybe I would put in there that wouldn't have been a lot different, but there's maybe incidents in my life that maybe spelled out why I love the competition. But, you know, I would love to say this is a light and cheery book. It's not, unfortunately. It's a serious book. It's a book that Jonathan and I, there's 2 times I just wanted to stop. I didn't want to do it. It was bringing up too many bad memories in my life. But I've gotten 2 or 3 calls from people that, and again, you know, what's courage? Courage, sometimes people always talk about courage. I had a couple of really good friends of mine that took a lot of courage to write the book. No, I said it didn't. I said it just took a very complex person to write this book. I could have never gotten through it without Jonathan, and you know, he with me, he probably struggled with me sometimes because I was very reluctant to talk about some things that to me I'd hidden for so many years. But anyway, I guess last thing I'd like to say, thank all of you for coming. More importantly, I want you to know how much I love West Virginia. It's been a special place for me. Thank you.